What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. We are home for the snowstorm, but Chicks in the Office is presented by Microsoft Copilot. Before we get into the rest of the episode, talk a lot about TV shows and how we are stuck inside, we need to talk about the thing keeping everyone's lives organized right now, and that is Microsoft 365 Copilot.
Absolutely, because the world moves fast, your workday even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work, built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use, helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize so you can cut through the clutter and clear a path to your best work. Maybe you're working from home on this snowy Monday in the Northeast. You're trying to get out there, enjoy the snow day. Microsoft Copilot can help you get all those mundane tasks done quick so you can, get out there, enjoy some snow.
That's right. And you can learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot. Happy Monday, everybody. We are stuck inside because of this blizzard,
Yeah.
snowstorm. And my goodness, it just feels like this winter is never gonna end. You know, when it's like, I was thinking about this. You know, when you get a stuffy nose, you get sick and you tell yourself, like, oh my God, I really took for granted the times that my nose wasn't stuffed, the times I didn't have a headache, the times my stomach didn't hurt. That's how I feel about this goddamn snow right now. When it becomes spring and summer, I'm going to be outside skipping around every single day. No more couch time. I have had enough couch time to last me a lifetime. I'm going
Yeah.
to be out there dancing on the streets because gosh, I just can't take it anymore. I need the sun. I need I need the sunshine, okay? I looked in the mirror this morning. I said, "You know what? Don't even put makeup on for this Zoom recording. Let everyone know what you look like right now with no sun, just being stuck inside in this long, long winter."
I'm kind of not the opposite, but like I woke up this morning, like I still get excited for the big snowstorms. Like I was like, "Oh my God, like there was so much snow." Like it was still exciting to me. If it's a dreary cold winter and there's no snow, absolutely I hate it. It's miserable. But like the excitement of a snowstorm, I think I still get like a little zip. Like I'm open up my shades. I'm like, oh my God, it's still snowing so much. I'm going outside. I want to see how much snow there is. I put my snow pants on to take olive out. Like I'm ready. I'm walking to the park later. I might borrow someone's sled. Who knows?
See, that's great for you. I maybe that's because you're like near parks and stuff, like in the city or whatever's going on. I can't go anywhere. Like
Yeah.
where I am, it's not fun to step outside. I'm basically in a gigantic wind tunnel that if I step outside, I'm getting blown away. Like there's there's no going outside for me. And by the way, there's no going outside for me because I'm an asshole who doesn't have any snow gear. Like that's another thing. I don't own a single piece of snow gear. Like
Yeah, that does crack me up. Like you don't even have like I was like, do you have rain boots that you could, put thick socks on?
I don't even have a pair of rain boots anymore. I got rid of all of them. I don't know why. I don't know why. You know when you do like a closet clean out and you just get rid of a bunch of shit, you can't even see straight, and
Yeah.
then months go by and you're like, oh, I got rid of that thing that I was probably gonna need.
You got rid of those snow boots that you brought to Minneapolis 8 years ago?
Yeah, but those are like the only snow boots I ever had. Although I did have a great pair of hunter boots, right? Like I feel like there was a time where everyone had just a
Yeah.
solid pair of hunter boots.
Yep. I just
And
got new ones last Christmas.
well, I'm thinking about getting a pair, even though, now I'll have it for next year
Yeah.
because I'm late to the game. And
Yeah.
I said part of the reasoning I'm stuck inside is because I also just don't have snow gear. Like, I'm an idiot. And I know this is all my fault. I know that this is all on me. But besides that, I don't even want to go out there. Like, it's not like I'm like, get me in the snow. I want to play around and do snow angel. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to. I want to be on a beach. I want to be in the sun. I want to be taking a long walk on like a 60-degree weather day. I don't, I'm done with this. The first time, fun. The second time, all right, cool, snow. I'm over it now. I'm over it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have that childlike love for a snowstorm. I just
I'm
ha
so happy for
yeah,
you, but there's a
yeah.
lot of us that are over it.
No, I know. I was outside. I was like taking picture because I don't know. There's something really, and once again, maybe I'm just romanticizing the whole New York City. Like there's something I think magical about New York City when we get this much snow because everything shuts down. There's no cars in the street. I took Olive out. There was a man on skis going down my street. Like he was in the middle of the road, just like on skis. And I'm just like, it's crazy. It never happens. You never get to see it. It never snows like this here in New York City anymore. And this year we definitely have gotten a lot of snow, that's for sure. But snowstorms like this, only it's been a decade since we've gotten a storm like this blizzard. So I'm like a what's the right word for it? It's like a statistics thing. Like I'm like, man, it's the biggest storm we've gotten in 10 years. Like
Yeah.
I'm
I'm a
looking.
fan. Like I was like it was like Christmas Eve on Saturday. I was like looking out the window like tomorrow we'll have snow. Like I don't know
But
how you don't
you,
get excited about it.
it's because like your whole schedule gets fucked up.
But
Like
that's like the
every
beauty of it. It's like you have an excuse to do nothing.
It's like that's also like the craziness of a storm. Like you're like, oh,
Yeah, everyone's in it together.
what's gonna happen?
Yeah, like the first time of the year it happens, not the third or fourth time of the
This is only like the
year.
second real snowstorm like we've had in the last like 5 years, and they
Yeah.
both happened this year. But it's like we
Mhm.
haven't had any snow, so I've been missing it.
I'm with you that like the snow looks cool sometimes, you know.
Yeah, you're a war you're not like a
I don't think it's crazy that I'm not like, oh my God, yes, we're stuck
I
inside. It's a
I'm
snowstorm.
I don't think
not
anyone
saying that
would
it
have thought
is.
you were a snow person, to be honest.
No,
You
no,
don't
I don't.
give off like naturey, outdoorsy.
Well, I don't think
Well,
snow
that's
has anything to
not.
do with naturey. I just
I
think
don't know.
if
I mean,
she's
I
given
feel like
a
kind
I
of.
like being outdoors. That's my whole thing is that I'm
she
stuck
actually
inside
wants to
right
be
now. I
outside.
want to be outside. I don't like being outside in the snow.
It's just temperature. It's like you're
Yeah,
never gonna go on a cold weather vacation over a warm weather vacation.
never.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Not you're not going to catch me there.
No, exactly. That's totally fine. But no, it's so crazy. I think, and honestly, this past weekend was so busy for so many people. I've had so many friends that were away, trying to get home because it was the trajectory of this storm, man. It was crazy. At first, last week, they were like, oh, big storm. And then it died down and it was like, maybe, maybe not, maybe, maybe not. And then, like Friday, Saturday, they were like, uh-oh, it's taking a turn. Big storm.
Brand's guy.
Yeah. I know all of Saturday he was because then also yesterday I was like, yeah, get him on his Instagram stories because people were writing in Sunday afternoon because it was snowing, but it wasn't sticking because it was still too warm. And people were writing in like, I don't know, this seems like a dud. It's been snowing for hours and nothing's sticking. And he was like, just wait. I'm telling you guys, it's overnight. Like and then you wake up and see this. So he was definitely right, but I think it was a panic for a lot of people to change travel plans and all those things. If you were in New York this weekend, you weren't getting out of New York. I know
Hmm.
people are stuck here. I had said last week that at the end of last week that Joe was away this weekend, and I don't know what magic he finagled, but he got on a flight to Philly that somehow landed because flights Sunday, Monday. I have friends in Florida that their Tuesday flights have already been canceled. It's like, it's crazy. So made it to Philly, got on a train, made it home at like 10 o'clock, which I was very impressed by because it's crazy. Every single person is like, oh, my friends in Florida, I'm like, oh, I just booked this flight. 30 minutes later, they're like, flight's canceled.
Yeah, honestly, it is a miracle that he was able to get home because a lot of people are getting fucked over right now,
Yeah.
which is awful. So,
Yeah, I mean, we have a vacation at the end of this week. And my God, if that vacation gets messed up, heads will roll.
Yeah, Fran and I are going to Turks and
Heads
Caicos
will roll.
on a couples trip. So that's partially why I'm like, all right, well, we'll be leaving soon. But
Yeah.
at the same time, we might not be. And at that point, like I've already in my head have accepted that. Like I've already been like, Maria, you need to get in your head that there's a good chance you don't make it out of here. And because on the chance that we do make it out,
Yeah.
it'll be like, wow, this is amazing. It'll feel so good. But you got to set the expectations low right now because,
Yeah.
you know,
My worry is that one of my friends is watching Olive and she's not here. She's stuck in Florida.
ooh,
So if
ooh.
she doesn't make it back,
Hey, friend, I'll take
we got
Olive.
a
I'll take
problem.
Olive home to my mom.
Oh,
Oh, that's such a nice
My mom
offer.
was really wanting Murray and Olive to meet up anyway.
wow. That's actually a great
That's a
idea.
great offer.
That is a great offer. No, I may have to take you up on that. Jen, if you're listening, I would really love that. Thank you so
She is getting a
much.
foster next weekend, I think, but I'm sure she could make it work.
Hey,
I just
she's
want to tell
so
my
good with
dad
other
about it.
dogs. Yeah. You just, your dad just comes home. He's like, oh, is this the new Foster's? Like, no, this is
No.
Fran's dog. I don't know. She just popped up here. We're just taking care of her, but no, it. And I just can't believe I keep looking out the window because if you couldn't tell, I'm just straight up recording from bed. Like
Hmm.
I'm going full snow day. I'm in bed. But also, Joe's here and working, and there's one desk in this apartment.
Hmm.
And I just keep looking out the window. It is blowing snow still,
It
blowing. And
is.
it's, Monday morning at this point. It's crazy.
I'm gonna give a glimpse on my laptop of what my windows look like right now. That you can usually see like the entire city and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, no, nothing. Hey, they said whiteout conditions. You're in
Although
the
it does
middle
look it
of the
does look pretty
blizzard.
cool.
It's like you're living in a cloud.
I am, but when you get really close to the window, should I try to take us over there? Ooh, we're
Yeah.
traveling. When you get really close, you could see it blowing like really hard. Maybe you can't
Yeah,
see it.
no, I can see some movement.
And the windows, it never usually sticks to the window, but it is
Yeah.
frozen on the window right
Yeah, I
now.
see that.
Look, this is like a live weather report. This is kind of fun. Oh my
Reporting
God.
live from Jersey
Oh,
City.
I'm falling. My laptop's falling out of my hands. No, look, and then my balcony.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like,
Rhea, you should do the podcast from the balcony.
I
Should
can
I? I'll be
confirm
fucking
it is
freezing.
still snowing.
Yeah. Well, I should have covered or tucked my furniture in. I mean, it's two chairs and a thing, so it really doesn't
Yeah, it's
matter.
so fine.
But it's so fine. But look at that. But yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
This storm will be different too, where I think like
Me from the snowstorm. Sorry, I'm having a blast standing in front of my window right now.
the
If you're not watching on YouTube, head on over.
Yeah.
like the last time it snowed, it was freezing for like weeks, so the snow didn't go anywhere. But I feel like this snow's gonna melt like in a week.
Oh, look at that. Look at the ice on the window.
It does look crazy. It is like a
Whoa.
little day after tomorrow. You're in the Yeah, no, it says that, but then at the same time, there's like snow in the forecast for like a lot of the rest of the week.
There is. There's snow on Wednesday. There's snow on Thursday. There's snow next Monday. There
Yeah.
is snow every day. Sorry. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to calm down. No, there is, I get what you guys are saying. There is a little bit of charm of like, we're all home right now and
Also,
we're
like
all
it was
stuck
during the
in.
Olympics, it was snowing. Like we're watching
I
the
know.
hockey game, it's snowing
Yeah.
outside.
Wait, oh my God, my friends just sent me this thing that is because if you were watching the broadcast, it was like after the men's team won gold, they were like their original plan was to fly to New York, but because of the storm, they're actually going to Miami. And we were all joking. I'm like, oh no, they have to go to Miami? Like that's so upsetting. And a Miami sports reporter just posted this graphic that says Team USA hockey will be celebrating the gold at 11
11. Oh my
tonight.
God. That is Hilarious. Yeah, that's quite the switch up from New York. 11, they're going to be at the strip
Yeah.
club. Men's USA hockey celebrating at the strip club.
Oh my God. I mean, God knows what they're gonna be doing.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of videos of them celebrating in Miami, in Milan too.
Did you see that one where they're like being interviewed and like the three of them are just so clearly like blackout drunk at that point? Oh, it
Oh,
was so funny.
even when they were all in line for their medal, who is it? Like Trachuk, I don't know all their names, so I'll probably fuck it up. But like you could see him mouthing
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
someone in the crowd.
Trocheck.
He's like, yeah, Trojak. He was like, I'm getting so fucked up
So
tonight.
Trocheck has a back and forth with Matt because people tell them they
Oh.
look alike.
Oh, I could kind of see
So
that.
they like message each other like randomly, like, congrats, cousin. How you doing, cousin? Like just like this back and
That's
forth because
so
people are
funny.
always tagging each other. So yesterday he was like, I just sent him a DM, like, congrats, cuz.
As you should, as you should. Yeah, and because I feel like I get like there's that, and then the cut. What? How do you say their? I to Chuck. I always say their last name weird, right?
Yeah, you know what? Hockey last names sometimes
Yeah, I'll
hard.
just stick to Hughes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Hughes brothers are easy.
that's
They're
that's an
easy,
easy one.
and I like them a lot. The other brothers, not my cup of tea. Just,
Right.
not my cup of tea for a lot of reasons. But the Hughes brothers, cutie pie, cutie pants, love them. And now what you were sending us, a pretty big statistic.
The bar mitzvah thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's a very specific statistic.
Uh-huh.
And but hey, yeah, he's the Jack Hughes first golden goal and bar mitzvah haver in
There you
Mm-hmm.
history.
go. There you
Yeah.
go.
I saw who responded to it. Some famous like comedian responded being like, I have one of those. But it was funny.
Their mom is sick too. So she was on the women's ice hockey team back in, I think it was 1992 or 1994.
One of those.
I'm
Something
blanking
like that.
on which year it was. And so she was on the Olympic team for them, and then she's on the staff of the USA women's hockey team as well. So they're just a big hockey family. I think their dad worked on the Maple Leafs for a little bit. And who knows what else. I think they're just like very integrated in hockey. And then they have a third brother.
I
He
kind of
didn't
felt bad for the
he
third
didn't
brother, I'm
quite
not gonna
make it to
lie.
the Olympics with the rest of the
I mean, he's
family.
young. He's the
Yeah,
youngest,
he's
so
younger. So he's like, I think
he's
he's
22, I think.
4 years younger than Quinn, and then maybe 2 years younger than Jack.
Right.
Yeah.
But also he
So
does still play hockey, right?
yeah, he does
Yeah,
play hockey.
he's on the Devils with Jack Hughes.
Oh,
Yes.
he's on the Devils with Jack. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
The Game Time app gives fans the advantage with constant innovation. It's how you unlock amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. It's so simple to use. The Game Time guarantee means you get 100% authentic tickets on time at the best price with no surprises. Fees are always included in the price you see, so what you see is what you pay, period. There are a ton of fun concerts right around the corner. I know Hillary Duff concert tickets went on sale. Harry Styles is coming up soon. It's going to be here before you know it, as long as we get through this snow. So if you check out Game Time right now, you can find tickets to all of these events and more. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets to every type of event with Game Time. Download Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHICKS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. But yeah, it was an insane week for the Olympics. I mean, we were traveling last week, at the end of last week. We didn't post about it because we can't yet, but we were on set with Hulu somewhere doing something fun and cool, which you'll see at a later date. And it was
Yeah.
awesome. But like I said, we can't post anything or really talk about it just yet. So we were traveling at the end of the week, and we were traveling in the midst of figure skating, the end of figure skating, which turned out to be an awesome win for Alyssa.
Amazing win for Lislu. I we were like on our way to leave, and I'm had it up on my phone, and I couldn't believe it. It was down to the wire and really coming out of the numbers, but just a stunning performance. I love how she skates. Like
Mm-hmm.
she gets out there, she's having fun. I think figure skating can have a little bit of almost, I don't know, like uppity, like it's like they're so serious. Like they get out
Yes.
there and
Polished.
it's like must be polished, clean. Sure,
Hmm.
they can smile, but it needs to be like a pageant queen smile, not like a I'm really having fun smile. And Lissa gets out there and she's dancing, she's moving, she's hitting all of her moves, she's hitting every jump. It was absolutely perfection. It was so great to see. She has such a wild story that just seeing her now win gold is it's just so awesome. So that was so exciting.
So cool.
I was so happy for Amber too to, after the short program disaster. She came back to do the free skate and it felt like she crushed it. It was the best triple axel she did. Wasn't like I know she at the end she was like this close because she had like one little mess up.
Hmm.
But it was good enough to really, push her all the way back to like fifth place, which is pretty impressive with the way it all went. But it was awesome. And like you said, we were not here, so it was like we were getting ready to go somewhere and like in the hotel and the women's hockey wins gold in overtime, right
Hmm.
into Alyssa winning gold in figure skating. It was amazing. It was a great day for the ladies. Pumped for them. I mean,
So sick.
the fact that both teams won gold against Canada in overtime, amazing. And
Hmm.
we do have amazing Canadian listeners and we love you guys, but
Yes, we do.
I don't know what to tell
But
you. Like
silver shines
it's
just as bright.
oh that yeah.
That
Yeah.
is that is beautiful.
That was
No, that's did you see that, Rhea? Oh, you don't have
No.
Twitter. They
yeah, Team Canada put out like a graphic that said silver shines just as
Oh,
bright.
no, I didn't see that.
and
Yeah.
they were getting like made fun of so much for that.
It's been fairly chaotic over there on Twitter when it comes to them talking about this game and all the hockey, it was so intense. Waking up Sunday morning and watching the game, and I think one of the Canadian players too, like Nathan McKinnon was like, I mean, you watched that game and tell me who was the better team. It's like, well, you lost and you also missed a wide open shot.
Right.
Like
That's
I've actually never seen a wide open shot quite like that. How wide open that shot was that he missed.
that's what happens though, right? Like you have a lot of people saying, Canada was the better team for
Yeah.
both women and men's, but then you're like, but but they didn't win.
Yeah.
And you kind of, like that's
Yeah.
always the argument is like, well then who won? But it was so amazing
Yeah.
watching both
Jack
teams
Jack
win.
really got his teeth knocked out.
Full teeth knocked out, but really came away, you know, a huge winner at the end there.
Yeah.
You're kind of like trading in the teeth for a gold medal there. But I saw he was asked like, what was your first thoughts like after that happens? Like, where does the human brain go? And he mentioned Megan Keller. He said that he like immediately thought of her and her goal for U.S. women's because he saw her in the calf they call it,
Yeah.
Olympic Village.
He
Um,
kept saying that. I was
he kept saying the calf, and
he's
I
like,
was
I
like,
saw
you
her
know
in the
what?
calf.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that is just Olympic Village talk right there.
Yep.
And he's
Yep.
saying how he saw her in the calf and congratulated them, and so he was like, that's like who I thought of first. So just a bunch of people scoring those golden goals,
Did you see the what him and Quinn said about like the night before, like that they were like couldn't go to sleep, and then
Hmm.
like 2 hours after, like they've been lying in bed. He's like, what are you thinking about?" And he's like, "Thinking about scoring that overtime goal." And like
Yeah,
he said, "Me too." And then like he actually did it. Like that's insane.
it's so
Uh,
sick. I mean, it's something you dream of, right? Like I imagine all of these people in the Olympics. It's what they're envisioning, and then it happens. And I'm seeing all those cheesy sayings, but it's so true. It's like if you don't envision it, how will you be ready for the moment? You know?
yeah. Yep.
Mike Tirico had a great sign off.
He
Shout out to
did.
Syracuse, Newhouse graduate.
He did. He definitely did. I think like seeing everything that they said. I mean, even Jax said that he was that when he got that penalty towards the end of the game, he was like in the box thinking like, "Oh man, I'm gonna end up on Barstool as like the most hated man in America." Uh, quite the opposite. And Yeah, just seeing him smile with all his teeth gone, his mouth's bloody. I'm like, oh God.
Amazing
Amazing.
pictures that
The
will.
photos are, yeah, they will live on forever. But I'm
Mhm.
sure Tate McRae is like, hey, you gotta fix those pretty quick.
Well, that leads me to, congratulations to all the Olympic athletes that won medals and everyone who participated as well who didn't win. But now I want to, go into, is he still dating Tate McRae? Like I like I am
I mean, my
I don't
guess would be yeah, but it's also like they could be on a break considering he's been at the Olympics.
right, like I'm just trying to figure out if they are dating or not because the last time that we saw them together, right, was like in December.
Yeah, I forget when exactly it was, but it's at this point, it's like, hey, I don't know. He's probably been in training,
Hmm.
probably like a crazy schedule, put the focus on the Olympics. Maybe after he's won, it's like, hey, all things open up now. I don't know.
I kept seeing memes being like, I'm Jack Hughes. I just scored the golden goal for America and I'm dating Tate McRae.
Yeah, it was
Like,
all like I stole your medal and your pop star.
Oh my God. No, I know there was a lot of commentary for that too. But I just like it was so great to see them win for so many reasons. And of course, we know it's been so long since 1980 and it was the same exact day, February
hmm
22nd to the day. And seeing them bring the Gaudreau kids onto the ice,
Oh.
I was sobbing like a baby. I sobbing like the baby. And also, once again, here's how TikTok, just your phone, your algorithm is just like listening to everything you're doing.
hmm
As soon as the game was over all day Sunday, everything on my For You page was either about hockey or honestly like videos of Noah. And I'm like, cause she's like a little star. She's
Yeah.
out there. She's making all these little videos. I think with maybe her aunt. I don't.
hmm
I'm not sure who exactly she it, the she is the one posting all these videos of Noah, but she's so fucking cute. And oh my God, her smiling ear to ear on the ice with her and her little brother. And it was his second birthday. And I was like, you gotta
So
be
cute.
fucking kidding me. I was just like full blown, his family there at the game, just an absolute puddle. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it.
They held up his jersey for
Ugh,
him, which was beautiful. And I saw people talking like about how the kids they immediately went into the arms of these players like they were so comfortable with them, which is also so beautiful and they were just happy to be on the ice. And that is also a picture that will live on forever. It's just beautiful that they honored him in that way. And also just so sad and so
yeah,
emotional at the same time.
I know, but it's so nice for them to do it in that way because it is something that they will have forever, the kids will have forever, their
Hmm.
families will be able to remember and of course honor him since he should have been on this team. So I think having that moment was so special and just like really icing on the cake of what an incredible accomplishment that whole thing was. Really just what a fun, like, I know I been joking about how much I love the Olympics, but I do, and I just think there's so many shining moments, and it's just the peak of competition and everything that these people have dreamed of their whole lives, and they get to go and do it. And I love that women won the most gold for the US in
Hmm.
this Winter Olympics. And we crushed a lot of big wins and I thought that was amazing. So, gosh, was I'm sad it's over.
I know it
It
was
went
amazing
quick.
all
The
around, and
Winter Olympics always go quick.
it did fly by, but it was honestly just so fun to watch this year. Like it was all so fun and amazing to watch, and I'm sad that it's over, but it was nice to have
Yeah.
while we had it.
It totally. And I don't know if anybody's even going to know who I'm talking about, but if you kept the broadcast on after the hockey ended and there was a couple medal ceremonies that happened, there's this I don't think I could even pronounce his name properly, but I hope people know who I'm talking about. There's a I think he's Norwegian skier, cross country skier, is the prettiest human being I've ever seen in my life. Like
I
My,
didn't see.
oh my God, my jaw hit the floor. He was up there getting his gold medal. I guess he got like he has 6 gold medals now in cross country skiing. And my God, it looked like a prince out of a cartoon.
Oh, they're calling him the new Winter Olympics king. See,
That's it's got to be him.
he has
He's got,
blonde
yeah,
hair.
yeah. He looks like Prince Charming. Do you see him?
Yeah.
I I was taken aback. Like his face came on this on my TV.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing because you kind of described him like it is like a cartoon.
No, I'm like this guy. Yes, is like a fake human. Like I'm like this is that looks like if like I know Hans in Frozen like kind of has a little bit of a goofy look to him like in
Mhm.
the cartoon, but it's like if Hans was a real life person, it'd be this guy.
Wow. Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
No, and unfortunately, a lot of his pictures, he's in the goggles and the whole cross country thing.
Right.
Oh, here we go. I mean, my goodness gracious.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
That was him getting his medal. I thought, wow, great hair. Fantastic
He does
hair.
he does got good flow going on.
Great hair, but I don't know if anybody saw that in the moments, but yeah, that's it. That's it, and we'll see everybody in LA in 2028. They're already starting to run the promos. They got Kate Hudson out here singing, which would not have been the person I expected to be in charge of the first ads for NBC for the 2028 Summer Olympics, but it's all under the NBC Universal umbrella. They're like,
Hmm.
oh, song blue. She sings. Let's get Kate out there.
Yeah, they're already marketing for it.
Absolutely,
Seems a bit early,
absolutely.
but you know what? They got to get people pumped for something.
No, when the Olympics end, they got to be like, all right, we're on to
Yeah,
2028.
we're
Like
on to summer, guys.
we're on to summer because it's like, hey, we're on to summer and it's here.
Yeah.
So that makes a big impact for sure. Oh, and by the way, we just saw this because it's being posted on the internet right now, like while we are recording. So we've seen bits and pieces of it. But Trump like making fun of the women's team, calling the guys in the locker room
So ridiculous.
is so fucking lame and such bullshit because these women work so hard. And by the way, like I just said, better this like more gold
Mm-hmm.
medals,
Yep.
more gold medals.
Right.
Um, and just like seeing the camaraderie between the
Mm.
teams before
Yeah.
and how it's all felt like it was all good, like what you were
Right.
saying with the Hughes's mom and like all these things, and then he just has to come in and stomp all over it and ruin it. It's
It's
just
just
like
so
it's just
frustrating.
so frustrating, and it takes such a turn because it's like, oh, you're so excited to see this moment, you're happy for these
Hmm.
athletes, it's such like an awesome thing, and sports unify this country, and then
Hmm.
he's got to step in and just ruin it by having to like knock down I'm gonna have to invite the women's team. Yeah, no shit. It's just whatever.
Yeah. No,
It's brutal. It's so annoying to see, and I just want those women athletes to know that you are the best and your performances show that.
and they are unbelievable. And
Mm-hmm.
we all know it, you know?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
just gotta
Exactly.
let this stupidity,
Yep. But yeah,
Have you
that's a
guys seen
wrap.
the other huge thing on the internet this past weekend that has also taken up my entire feed?
Oh, punch the monkey.
Punch the Monkey.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. I'm so glad that you brought up Punch the Monkey because I almost forgot. I
I can't watch
cannot
these videos.
emotionally handle these
No.
videos right
Nope.
now.
No, I
Like,
can't. But he's been accepted, right?
It looks like he has like a bodyguard now, like one of the monkeys. That's one of the tweets I saw, and it's literally like a bigger monkey like protecting him.
Thank God. They got some monkey stepping in to help.
listen, when I saw rumblings of this at first, I was like, do not start feeding me these videos. And then all of a sudden, of course, I just was getting nonstop videos of Punch.
First, I was like, I hope this isn't AI. Like, is this
Right. You were
real?
getting God again.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you somehow didn't see this monkey in the last few days, um, he is in a zoo in Japan.
Yeah,
Yes.
Japan.
He's in a zoo in
Which,
Japan.
by the way, looks like more of just like a concrete pit. Like,
Yeah,
what zoo is this?
and he was kind of like abandoned by his
I've seen abandoned, but
mother.
then the more recent news I'm seeing is that his mother died.
Oh,
So I don't
well,
know
that
which
would
is
be it,
true.
which is true. Okay, well, either way, he started his life being raised by the human zookeepers, and that obviously doesn't let him assimilate into the group of monkeys, and they have a pretty legit system. We know that. I think a lot of people have seen it, especially for those I know you guys both watched because everyone was like, this really was reminding me of Chimp Empire. They're like
Yep.
really so once he was big enough, or they tried to get him to back into the group, back into the pack, and he's just nonstop being bullied. I mean, the poor little
Hmm.
guy was being knocked around, and because he didn't have a mom, they gave him this stuffed orangutan, stuffed animal that was like his comfort, and he always brought it around everywhere, carried it around everywhere, hugging it, snuggling it. And you're seeing these videos of him getting tossed around by these big monkeys, and then he's running to the stuffed animal, he's hiding behind the stuffed
By
animal.
the way, I don't know if
I
this is
mean,
true, but apparently he's only 9 inches tall. Punch the
what?
monkey.
Listen, that
He
makes
probably
sense.
is.
The whole
There's,
thing is too much to handle. Like I can't and here's the thing, there's a lot of people that know more than we do about the
yeah,
way these monkeys act and operate
yeah.
and whether or not it is bullying or if this is just like the chain and how it happens. And all I know is the videos are just too sad at times. And then he has this stuffed animal orangutan
Ugh,
on top of that, which is just like adding to the whole thing, which now I know why people had to make sure that this was real because you're like, you're watching this monkey with a stuffed animal orangutan. You're like, is this a real video? It is. It
Literally,
very
like him,
much
like
is.
falling asleep on top of the stuffed
On it,
animal,
using it to protect him. Like, it's crazy.
like being attacked by another monkey and then running across the whole zoo to
And
get his stuffed animal.
right. And he's like, I need my stuffy. Like, I just need to be safe with my orangutan. And he's just carrying the fucking orangutan around. Like, it's
no, it's
Did you
so
see apparently
nuts.
I because it's an IKEA, it's from IKEA, the stuff like
Yeah.
that they sent like a bunch of, I think. It's already sold out. I was trying to order one, honestly. But
Yeah,
it's
that
sold out everywhere.
ugh.
it makes sense. It's a hot toy right now. But this, you know, this reminded me of I said this to Matt the other day where I was like, when we have kids and like one day, what if one of them comes home and is like being bullied? I, m- my heart can't handle it. Like even thinking about that, I'm just like, what do you do? You know,
I know.
what do you do when you find out your kid is being bullied? It's I was my nephew, Luca, it was his second birthday this weekend and he had his birthday party on Saturday to infinity and beyond. Very cute, very fun. He's very big into Toy Story right now. And watching all these little kids play with each other, like just like him and a bunch of other 2 year olds or 3 year olds or whatever. And I'm like, this is so freaking cute, like watching them all interact. But then you remember, like, one day he's going to go to school. And what
They're
if
gonna
he
grow into
gets,
monsters.
yeah, like, what if he gets bullied? Like, I just, oh my God, it's too much. It's too much on the heart.
It really is. I guess on Friday, the zoo, he's in the Ichikawa City Zoo, put out a statement that said that before that video was recorded, Punch attempted to communicate with another baby monkey in the habitat, but he was rejected. Punch was then confronted by an adult monkey, likely the mother of the baby monkey that Punch tried to interact with. And in the statement, the zoo said the mother may have thought her baby was annoyed with Punch, which upset her. The zoo statement said, while Punch is scolded, he shows resilience and mental strength. When you observe these disciplinary behaviors from other troop members toward Punch, when he tries to communicate with them, we would like you to support Punch's efforts rather than feel sorry for him. It's like, impossible.
It's impossible. It's impossible not to feel sorry for him when you're watching these
Also,
videos.
whenever the zookeeper comes in and Punch like jumps onto the that one zookeeper every time. I don't know if you
Yes.
saw those videos, but
Yeah.
So they also said um he's getting groomed, playfully poking at others, getting scolded, and having all sorts of experiences every day, steadily learning how to live as a monkey within the troop.
He's learning.
I hope so.
I'm sure we'll get more updates.
I hope so, because my God, that was just the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I just,
So sad, but also so cute, you know?
I know.
It's a lot.
Ugh,
It's a lot to handle, Punch.
it really is. Then it's just like, make sure he's okay, you know?
Yeah.
But there is a system, and it's like they want to get him back into the system of the family life, the troop life as they call it,
Hmm.
so that he's not fully reliant on humans, on the
Or on his
zookeepers.
stuffed animal,
I know.
his
Ugh.
orangutan.
I wonder what the other monkeys think about his stuffed animal,
They probably hate it.
you know?
they're
They
probably like, are we just not gonna tell them that's not a real monkey, or let us
And like
continue to think?
they're talking to each other like, is someone gonna let Punch know that this
yeah.
monkey isn't real?
They're like, look at this little monkey carrying around this fake monkey.
Oh shit.
Oh
It's
shit. All right.
all
Well, we're
too
thinking
cute
of
and
you, Punch.
funny.
Stay strong
Yeah.
out there, bud.
Stay strong. We are rooting for you.
Big
We
time.
are rooting for you. On a very sad note, unfortunately, Eric Dane lost his battle with ALS on Thursday, it was reported. Just incredibly sad all around. I mean, everything it seemed to happen so fast with him.
Yeah.
And, we're seeing so many videos. He had his thing on Netflix, friend, you said you watched. It's just all so sad and heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's super awful, super sad. We've known about his battle. He has been open about it, and really it seems like he just wanted to get a message out to his girls, his two daughters, with his ex, Rebecca Gayheart, who they have not been together for a while, but actually never fully got divorced. Um, and he kind of talked about that in the Netflix thing, but he did a famous last words with Brad Falchuk, and he's being interviewed, and they're really just in a room, the two of them, no one else is in the room, and he's just sort of talking about his life, his experiences, his relationship with his family, his parents, um, some of the moments in his career, things he's proud of, his family life, his history with, drugs and alcohol, and his relationship with his dad, and really sharing a lot of things that I'm sure were extremely therapeutic to get out there, but it really is a crazy concept because they start it and they're like, look, if you're watching this, that means Eric has passed because it's something that they recorded purposely for after he had died. So it's kind of crazy to see him speaking from that perspective of, at this point, I'm not here anymore, so let me share my story. And towards the end, Brad got up and left, and just it was just Eric in the room by himself. And he just, looked directly in the camera and was like, "These are my last words for Billy and Georgia, his daughters." Um, and it was just incredibly heartbreaking. I was another time crying like a baby. It was so beautiful what he said, and I think it's a beautiful thing to have that moment to be able to do that for his daughters, but also do it in a public way, which I'm sure, people can have your opinion on if that's a private thing you want to do or a public thing you want to do. But as someone that's in the public eye and has been in the public eye for a long time, I thought, what a beautiful thing to do, not only for his daughters, but for other families that could relate to the situation that he is in, or losing a father at a young age, and kind of having that message. But my God, it's just so sad. So sad. And those his girls are still pretty young, and it's hard to wrap your mind around, because ALS is just a brutal disease. Like, it's just brutal. So
Right. I
just
mean,
so sad to see.
it really is so sad. And it's kind of crazy to wrap your head around, someone knowing that their life is coming to an end, as sad and scary as that sounds. When you film that,
Yeah,
you know what's ahead, and the amount of courage it takes to get on camera and film your last words, knowing what's ahead for you, is really quite heartbreaking and sad, but also, like you said, beautiful at the same time
yeah,
for him to be able to get his words out there for his family and for other people out there that are dealing with the same thing, because it is such a scary, brutal disease that so many people deal with. And it unfortunately takes a lot of people's lives, and in such a quick way,
yeah,
and we saw that happen with Eric, that it seemed like one moment we heard of his diagnosis, and the next
yeah,
year this happens, which is so incredibly sad. But beautiful words to watch and to live by, and for his family to see that, and so many people that worked with him to have so many lovely things to say about him. He did film Euphoria,
yeah,
apparently before he passed. So that's interesting as well. But the whole thing is just so sad,
yeah,
and it's always a reminder that, as sad it is, that you just don't know. You just don't know.
yeah. And it's just another moment. He kind of spoke on this too, of just, you really gotta live your life in the
Hmm.
fullest, and not take anything for granted, because you never know what's coming. And
Absolutely. It's so
yeah,
true. It's
yeah,
one of those dark times that reminds you that you really don't know, and you can't take life for granted. And also another reminder that you don't know what other people are going through, maybe behind closed doors, that they don't even talk about their suffering
yeah,
of this disease, or many other ones as well. So just, thinking about his family and friends and anybody else suffering from this right now, because it's just so awful.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, and I thought Brad did a lovely job sort of navigating the conversation, and giving him moments to speak, but asking really, thoughtful questions, which was nice. So it's a beautiful thing to watch. Even, of course, it's super sad.
Hmm.
It obviously is. It's very sad, but still, just a he still put out a great message there, and to kind of learn a little bit more about him, and how he is, how he reflected on his life. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to head into the rest of the episode, and it's just a big TV recap day. We're going to do a lot of weekly watch report. We're going to talk about Traitors, Love is Blind, everything else we've been watching. So we're going to get right into that. Let's do it.
I know it's a struggle out there when everything's covered in snow and you're trying to get your workout in, but if you can get out and get to your local Planet Fitness, you will feel great. It's so important to feel strong, and to do so in a judgment-free environment where you're free to get strong on your way, on your own time, because Planet Fitness has everything you need to get going. Whether you're somebody that has always worked out, or you're just trying to get into it, Planet Fitness has everything you need, from free weights to some of the best in class equipment with their plate loaded strength machines. You can do cardio, you can do the stair climber, stretching, even if you just want to go and move around a little bit. Planet Fitness has free weights, cable towers, Smith machines, upper and lower body strength machines, treadmills, stair climbers, everything you need to feel good and to get your body moving because it's so important. Most locations are open 24 hours. Membership start at just $15 a month at over 2,800 locations. We're all strong on this planet. Join today in club, online, or in the free Planet Fitness app. Hours, amenities, and offers vary by club. Check out planetfitness.com or stop by your local club for more information. You must be 18 years old to enroll or 13 to 17 with a parent/guardian.
Weekly watch report on Monday. 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 All right, let's get into everything we watched this week. It was a good week of television. I was excited to have a lot of things to watch. We had Traitors, Love is Blind, Love Story. I got to break out my list for the things we watched. I'm catching up on All Stars. Shit. My
Yeah,
goodness gracious.
yeah.
My goodness gracious.
Finales tonight.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to catch up before the finale tonight.
Yeah.
I only have a
Well,
couple.
finale, it's live in the UK tonight. So it'll
Okay.
be,
Okay.
yeah.
I have I want to say 3 episodes left.
Okay, you're
I
close.
was really trying to chug along yesterday. Sunday
Hey,
was a great day to catch up on
yeah,
it.
this was the weekend to do it for
It was.
sure.
I was like, you know what? I'm doing this. I'm going to start off with the things that I'm just going to get out of the way first before we get into the bigger recaps. Watched Is This Thing On? The Will Arnett, Laura Dern, Bradley Cooper movie. It was fine. Like, I I didn't think it was great and I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was fine. There were some funny moments.
Yeah, by the way, since I watched it, apparently it's like semi-true story, which I didn't know when I
It
was
is.
watching
It
it.
is based on, they said,
Yeah,
someone, I
yeah.
guess.
Right, 'cause I'm
Uh,
like, it's not Bradley Cooper.
it's
But
not
yeah,
Bradley Cooper and it's not Will Arnett.
Yeah.
it,
But yeah, like I liked it. Like I'm not gonna rave about it. I didn't find it to be one of the best movies I've ever watched, and I don't know if I'll ever watch it again. But I understood the message behind it, and I liked the concept. I mean, no, I remember you talking about this last week, saying you have to expand your reality,
yeah,
kind of there.
suspend your belief.
Suspend your belief, yes, or expand your reality, whatever one you want to go with.
I like that. I've never heard that one, but I
Expand
like
your
that.
reality. It just made it up here on the spot. But yeah, you sort of do, but it's fun because once again, it takes place in New York City, the Comedy Cellar,
I
kind of a
also
cool,
think, yeah, they don't ever like say Comedy Cellar
but you
because I was
see
talking to
it,
my dad about it, but he was like, if you aren't from New York, maybe you don't know like how like famous that place is. It could just be any comedy club.
right? And you don't know that you can't just pop into a place and do that. But I kind of liked that he didn't like bomb right away. You know what I'm saying? Like when he first goes in, you're kind of expecting him to be like, oh, this is fucking awful. He's going to get up there and bomb. But he didn't really. Like, people laughed and it
Yeah,
wasn't as uncomfortable as I thought it was going to be. Because I was kind of like, when that first moment, you're kind of like cringing really hard. You're like, what's going to happen?
yeah.
But yeah, it was fine. I will give it a B minus. I'll give Is This Thing On. Watched Neighbors. So Noah had talked about this, I think 2 weeks ago, or maybe last week it was, this show on HBO that follows neighbors in different states and the fights that they get into, and now it's weekly. So I thought there was a bunch of episodes out, but when I first watched it there was only one episode out, and now two is out, and I don't know when the third one comes out. So I'm caught up on both one and two, and it is a very interesting show. The dynamic of neighbors and who's right and who's wrong. And my goodness gracious, some of these people are just so fucking annoying. Like, you're just like, oh my God. It is interesting though, and definitely funny at times. But also sad at times too, because, these people are dealing with this shit and they just want to, live, and neighbor banter, neighbor dynamics. And it is interesting though. I'll give it a B. It's just something, it's quick. It's 30 minutes.
Yeah, I have to watch the new I haven't watched past one.
The second episode is crazier than the first. Like, oh my God. But I won't give anything away, but wow. Uh I'll give that a B. And Summer House, I will give a B minus.
Summer House was a tough watch this week,
Yeah.
obviously.
It's like it's one of those shows that I'm always into, but at the same time, I'm
No, I
like,
mean I love it. Like I love Summer House in general. Just watching Amanda and Kyle fight like that on the beach was tough to watch. And I don't know, there's a lot of deeper rooted issues I think with Kyle that as a viewer it seems so clear, but for them in their real life it's not. But watching him become so defensive as soon as his drinking is brought up is such like it's just not good. And it really makes you think that there are potentially some deeper issues there because for him to kind of immediately go for the jugular on Amanda, it's like, "Oh, Amanda's just saying, "Hey, the partying, the drinking, if that was all reined in a little bit, I wouldn't be acting the way I am." Like he keeps throwing all these accusations and all these things at Amanda, but he can't acknowledge that it all stems from his actions and his refusal to step back from the partying and the drinking and all these things. And it's like if you were to do that, maybe there is a way to save this. And instead, he attacks Amanda and he's like, "You do this, is this," talking about her personality. He's like, "Get a personality." It's like, I hated every second of having to watch that. And it also clearly looked uncomfortable for everybody else in the group having to see that happen. The boys kind of checking on Amanda and being like, I think it was West who was like, "I hate when Kyle gets like this." Like, it's too much. Like,
yeah, Wes was
he
like,
can't.
he's just a fucking baby sometimes. And I
Yeah.
week after week talk about this fucking man child. I don't have patience or tolerance for people like that. I really don't. It's like, get yourself together. You're a joke. You're actually a joke. The way that he treats her makes me feel physically ill because the fact that he can't wrap around in his brain that it has to do with his actions genuinely pisses me the fuck off. I'm like, how do you not get
Yeah.
that her actions are a direct reaction to the way you act?
Yeah.
Going back to before they got married, he had to sign something about his drinking that if he didn't get his drinking in check, he would owe Amanda's parents every dollar that they put into whatever. How does he not see it? How does he not have any? Listen, you can enjoy your life, have fun, want to do things, go out, hang out with your friends, all those things, while also having a want to be a good husband and partner and like want better for
Yeah.
yourself and for your family and for your wife. It's like he automatically jumps to, okay, fine, I'll just stop drinking and I'll just stop DJing and da 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 da. Like he's just a big baby. Like he's just a fucking baby. It's the immediate jump to conclusion of, well, I'll just give up my entire life. And Amanda's like, well, yeah, like you knew how I felt and then you just started DJing. Like it's just a slap in the face. I can't stand it. I honestly, I have like and every week people are like, but I love Kyle. He seems so fun to hang out with. I'm like, I actually don't see that. I actually just find him to be quite annoying because of the
Yeah.
way he treats Amanda. Like
Yeah.
there's sometimes a line of like, yeah, someone could be like a fun person to hang out with and maybe they're bad in relationships. But at what point does it become like, actually, I'm just kind of like grossed out by your behavior. And like,
Yeah.
I actually don't even think you're fun anymore because you're going to choose. I saw somebody put up a video that was like him DJing in Kansas City this weekend.
I
And
saw
it was
that.
like this or Amanda Batula. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you have it right there. Like, really, you chose this life instead of your wife. And to me, that's pathetic.
Yeah. Because it really is like, it almost just seems perfect world. Kyle wanted to get Amanda to live his lifestyle, want to go out, want to be social all the time, do all these things, and him not have to change a single thing. Like him just get to do what he wants. But she now has to change to his to his life and what he wants to do.
Right.
So
And if that's the case, and if you're like that kind of person and that's just like you want to be selfish in that way, then best is that they're not together anymore. And now he can sort of do that and just live in Kyle's world. And maybe he'll just be by himself, or maybe he will be with somebody who adapts to his lifestyle. And then fine, good for him if he could figure out that. But Amanda did not deserve any of this. And he put her in a shitty situation because now she has an attitude with him and now she's kind of giving it to him and it's on TV and people are watching and it's like, oh, Amanda's giving him attitude. Well, yeah, no shit, she's giving him attitude because she's fed up with having to explain herself to her husband that she has explained to him long before they even got married. So it's best now that they are separated and can hopefully just move on from this and they can both have what they want in life because clearly they did not want the same things.
completely. It's like you and I saw a lot of people saying this. Like, thank God we are watching this and they are broken up. Because if we were watching this and all of this shit was happening and they were still together, it would be like
It'd be
impossible to
madness.
wrap our minds around.
And I could see that Amanda's being nice to Kyle on social. And I think it's because probably she seems like such a wonderful person. And I think that she's probably going to see the backlash that Kyle's going to get this season and is maybe like, hey, we're cool now. Like, since we're separated. And it's like, we don't have to attack Kyle online or do any of that. We could talk about his actions and how much they're pissing us off, like watching. But at this point, let them be separated and let them live their own lives and
Yeah, for sure.
that whole thing. So I'll give Summer House a B minus. I want to learn more about the new people. I think that, KJ and Ben and Bailey and Levi, they're bringing like a fresh perspective to the show and it could be fun to learn more about them. I'm not like annoyed by them and I'm not like, oh my God, love them yet. They're like
Yeah, 'cause
perfectly fine.
Yeah, Kyle and Amanda are really just dominating the storyline right now.
Mm-hmm. Sierra is cracking me up.
Yeah.
He's like, I am this, like, I'm a strict probation officer, but I'm allowed to clock out,
Yeah.
which is very, very funny. And Wes being like, I don't know if we're friends, we're flirting, or she hates my guts.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where she should keep him. It's
Totally.
like right where you want him.
Right. And he's got absolutely no idea, but it was cute him being like so excited. He's like, I had the best night with Sierra. Like he's just like,
it is cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's a preview for next week where Jesse's like asking West if he can make out with Sierra. And and I just want to know, like, does Sierra have a say? Because
Right.
all these guys are like, oh, make out with Sierra, this, that. It's like, I don't think Sierra wants to make out with you. So
Yeah.
what does it even fucking matter? Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Wes kind of says to him, like, anybody else would be like, you're a fucking dickhead for asking me this. Like, kind of absurd.
Yeah.
So whatever to that. But moving on to Love is Blind. My God, I feel like I'm just going off on all these like men on reality TV today because they are just so frustrating to watch, these fucking pieces of shit. Like I was getting so boiled up watching boiled up. I don't even know if that's that's a phrase. Expand your reality, boiled up, watching Love is Blind. I mean, these guys are just such assholes this season, besides maybe like two of them. But really quite the pick of the litter here because, oh my God, did you guys hear that?
No.
Sorry, there is literally clumps of ice and snow falling in front of my face right now. Wow. I'm watching from the window. Holy shit. That was wild. Sorry, not to get off. I'm not getting off this rant right now of these fucking terrible men on Love is Blind. But the nerve that these guys have when these women wouldn't even look in their fucking direction in real life. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin. But I guess we just begin with Chris because he really ended up stealing the show in the 11th hour of Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Where he just turned into one of the worst humans I've ever seen
Now,
on
Rhea,
this
don't
fucking show.
absolutely, but don't forget that he does not give a flying fuck.
Oh, and
So
he'll say it 3 or 4 or 5 times. And I love when Connor stepped in and was like, "Oh no," he said, "I've heard this the second, third time I've heard him say this," or whatever he said. This guy, Chris, this little troll, this little elf, this little fucking shrimp, really had the nerve to tell a beautiful, gorgeous doctor,
doctor,
okay,
infectious
who's
disease doctor.
infectious disease doctor who is busy in the hospital on the daily, saving lives, doing her work, being a boss, that he wants someone who does Pilates every day. And he can't get past the fact that she doesn't work out every day. And he's looking for, and by the way, the fact that he kept repeating the Pilates part of it
I know.
pissed me the fuck off. Because it's like, you're just like it just sounded like he's looking for a specific like thing, like it's not about working out, it's not
No,
about a routine, it's not about this. He's the Pilates every day. Ugh.
him saying that was him perpetuating the like stereotype of what a Pilates body looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and let me tell you something. We were texting about this because we were both infuriated. I'm just like, do these guys own a mirror? Sorry. I'm just like, okay, great, Chris, if you like to work out every day, enjoy your time, fine. But to say that to someone and then Bree kind of like defending him in that argument, he was like, "Oh no, you just like want somebody that's on that same routine. Like it's like a routine thing." I was like, "Bree, you have got to be kidding me." Because as of right now, Connor seems like a very sweet guy. Sure, maybe like some immature areas here or there, but all in all, seems like a pretty nice guy. Like he's seems like he's got a keg in the backyard
But
and his Christmas tree's still up, but like those are things you could get past. But the way that Bree treats him, like she's constantly talking down to him, constantly like kind of making fun of him, it seems. That she's over here talking to Chris, like defending him in this weird s- way. And Chris is like, I think you need somebody like more dominant. And like I'm like, is that supposed to be you?
I can't. No. First of all, Connor got a mustache and became like the most mature guy in the show. Like all of a sudden,
Yeah.
when they moved back home and Connor got a mustache, it was like, oh, Connor grew up and he
Yeah.
has mature thoughts now. First of all, I didn't want to go after any of the women on this show because the guys just suck so much that I was really disappointed when I felt like we had to criticize Brie here because uh, the guys are bad enough. We don't need a woman on the show enabling their bad behavior. Which, by the way, Brie, who is like mad that Connor has a keg and whatever, calls herself breezy. So if we're like we're stuck on a guy who's like you're like call me breezy, like that's like like I'm just
Well, that's her name.
no, but her name's Brie, and she's like call me breezy, like as if that's not like a fratty thing to do. Sorry, like
It's been her nickname her whole life.
right, but breezy is like a fratty name. You're gonna tell me breezy isn't like a frat name?
No, it's not. I mean, I get what you're saying. I just think that's what their family calls
Fine,
her.
that's her nickname. Fine. I'm just mad that we had to watch her
No, I just don't. It
sort
was
of
fucked up to
like
her,
to,
even to
to
entertain Chris.
right. I was like, why are we entertaining this conversation right now? Like immediately it was like, I'm not taking sides. I could see where you're coming from. It's routine. That's not what he's saying. He keeps
No.
saying Pilates body, like or like Pilates every day. Like I get like what he's saying with that, and which was pissing me off. And then on top of that, he gets into his like sex conversation and he's like, let me know, is this the best sex you ever had? And she's like, no, but it's good. It's like, Breezy, if you're gonna marry this guy and you're saying this on
Yeah.
TV, like, why are you even talking about your sex life with Connor with another man? Like, to me, that is just so inappropriate when you're like engaged to this guy. It's like all around inappropriate. I don't think that she was defending Connor in those conversations at all. She wasn't defending her friend either. Like it all around was just a mess of a conversation in my personal opinion. And was so frustrating to watch because as bad as Chris is and was acting, because my
Yeah.
goodness gracious, he is terrible. You would hope that a woman talking to him would be like, bro, get out. Like, kind of like how Amber did. Like, Amber was like, nah. Like, Amber was killing me in the
Yeah.
conversation with Chris, where she was just like, mm-mm. Like, she wasn't having any of it. Like, Chris was being annoying, being like, we say like Amber's crazy, but she was just like, I'm walking away from this. Bree could have done that. She could have walked away. But for some reason, she has like a liking to him, I guess because they bonded in the pods. And I'm just like, this guy is so not it at all. He's fucking terrible. He is terrible.
I truly think that maybe he was like, I'm like, was he on drugs when he like was at that
Oh,
bar?
I think he was fucked up.
Because the way he was acting was so crazy. I posted on my Instagram, it was like a demon took over his body. I'm like, we haven't seen this guy act like this one time. Now all of a sudden he's this hotshot. They're talking about how he's on making an Instagram posting from a strip club, like being like, ah, like it's like what's happening? Literally, is this like his true self coming out? Like he was like just a fake person in the pods, and then now like, I don't know. It was just so bizarre to
Right.
me.
And you see Bree and Jessica talking about like how, and Jessica kind of protected Bree when, Bree had said that Chris DM'd her, right? But then we see Jessica talking to the other women, and she's like, what, he did message somebody. She doesn't say Bree. Like
Yeah.
and I'm just like, I, the nerve of this guy, really. I just felt so bad for Jessica in those moments because she is so awesome. And you could tell, like, just everything about her, like the way she carries herself. And she's so beautiful as well. So the fact that we have this little shrimp of a guy making her feel less than, oh, it disgusts me. It does. I mean, and this is just the nerve that guys have in general. Like, it's like, you really looked at yourself in the mirror and said, I have the nerve to talk about women the way that I do when I look like this. And you don't want to go low like they do. You don't want to go lower and start making fun of the way they look when they talk about it. But that you just got to remind them. You're like, really? You're going to
No,
say this?
it's ridiculous, but it's I don't know, they have a lot of couples this year.
Picture this. It's Monday morning. Maybe it's a snowstorm. You open your laptop. Outlook hits you with 87 unread emails. Your calendar now looks like a game of Tetris. Your boss wants a report. Your team wants a presentation. And you just want to snuggle up in the snow and take a nap. Enter Microsoft Copilot. Copilot summarizes your emails and boom, you're caught up. It drafts your report in Word, it builds your slides in PowerPoint, and even pulls insights from your Excel data. So suddenly, you're the office hero, you're organized, and you're responsible. All because Copilot did the stuff you didn't want to or feel like doing. So if you want to reclaim your time and get your life together, try Microsoft Copilot. Copilot, because sometimes the smartest move is letting AI do the work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
Then you got Alex, he's living that nomadic lifestyle.
Nomadically.
He's nomadically living his life. He's a nomad. His soccer career ended, and he's gonna remind you about that too. There's just sometimes when you get the guys like this, you're like, okay, you clearly have a lot to work on yourself before you have some sort of partner. Uh, a lot of talk about the soccer, a lot of talk about living nomadically. I if I have to hear this guy say one more time either of those things, but now also because in the preview he's like, and he said it before, is that he normally goes for darker features. Ashley is stunning. She's a gorgeous girl. You hit the fucking lottery, my guy. And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, I prefer brunette. This is what drives me nuts because, like, then you're like, okay, you clearly had the wrong intentions coming on this show. All of those things. You're an insecure man. You got all these issues, and you're gonna look at this another stunning woman and be like, I actually like dark hair and dark features. It's crazy, and I don't really think that they're compatible anyway. I think that I don't know, the sex stuff was kind of weird. I'm like, clearly Ashley clearly needs her needs met.
The period tra
It
the
was that
period
was
tracker
crazy.
conversation when he was like, "Do you want to share your period?" What is going on? What is
Yeah.
going
Like I
on?
said, once again, he has a lot of his own issues that he needs to work through before he can be in a relationship. Talks about his mom and his family, and he definitely had a fucked up parental situation. And, he was in an accident, and he seems to be very afraid of being trapped into like having a baby. Like I think that's what he's afraid of, that she's gonna get pregnant, and it's like, oh my God, now like I'm having a baby. And I don't think he really needs to be you know, worried about that in this scenario. She's repeatedly said that she doesn't want to have a child right now, but it's just the same thing that he keeps on bringing up. And it's like, okay, you guys are not going to work. And I saw people loving her dad. No, thank you.
No,
No,
thank
thank
you.
you. Not for me. I actually didn't like
No,
1 second of that
neither did I. I was like, "What is this?" Like,
from both
and
of their ends.
yeah, for both all around, I
Yeah.
was like, "This is fucking bizarre," and I didn't like it at all. And I also, now that we're talking about the parents, because you brought up her dad, Mike's family, the Italian family,
Yeah.
was so absurd. Like,
Wait, I love them.
you do? Like, I just thought it was like such like a, dominant, like, we don't call it sauce, it's called gravy. It's like,
Oh,
first of all, nobody, no, it's, first of all, you're going to open up a whole other conversation right now where it's not fucking called gravy. It's not, it's called sauce. But besides that, like,
it's crazy because you really are. It is going to be such a battle. My mother-in-law says gravy.
does she?
Uh-huh.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. But no, I just felt like it was just listen.
It was crazy what they were doing at the beginning. Like I thought, oh, like they're really, they were doing the full. It almost felt I called it the Italian Inquisition. It was like, we're a big Italian family. How are you gonna fit in? Like just looking at her. But then I felt towards the end they like dropped that a little bit, and they were like, look, like you guys are happy. These are things you
Yeah.
talked about. Like you seem like a lovely girl. It seemed like they were more open to it. But of course, right away, especially with, that kind of family, it's like if and an Italian mother with her son. She's like, my boy isn't gonna have babies. So I get it. Like I'm sure that um they have their worries
Hmm.
about that situation. But I mean I love Emma. I think she is so sweet
Yeah.
and so genuine and has obviously extremely valid reasons for being nervous about starting a family. What I thought was crazy was them going to her family. And she is definitely, I guess, shared with them or her family that she's never wanted to have kids and that her family felt like that was a hard stop. And now maybe she's entertaining it, and that could be a little like, whoa, are you okay? This is something you've never ever said. She's been fiercely independent her whole life. Now this guy's here, and now she's like, oh, maybe because like he wants kids. Um, but her sister saying, like, I have two kids. I love them so much. Like, I love my kids so much. But if I could go back and live this life again, I wouldn't have kids and just like live life for myself. I thought, what a crazy thing to say. Um, as something, another thing where you're like, you're on TV and this is recorded and your two small children could eventually see this and be like, wow, mom never if mom could have a do-over, she'd want us out of here. Like it's like
Yeah,
I
you texted me and
crazy.
you were like, just wait until you get to this conversation. Now, here's the thing. I do appreciate mothers like being honest about their experiences and like what they go through and how hard it actually is to be a mom,
Absolutely.
because I do think a lot of it is like glamorized a lot of times, and people are
Totally.
like, oh my God, I would be nothing without my kids and all this. And
Yeah.
like, and sometimes people aren't open and honest about like how hard it really is. So like, I do appreciate that aspect of it. But the way that it was worded on like a big Netflix show like this, and you're like, man, these kids, when they grow up and see this, they're going to be like, so mom's basically saying
Yeah.
she wouldn't have us again. Felt like it maybe could have been worded a little bit differently,
Yeah,
of like
definitely.
I like more of like a hey, if you don't want to have kids, don't.
Yeah.
Because there is something to be said about living for yourself and just for yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have kids. And I feel like that is a great conversation to have. So I think it was the way that it was worded. It was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. It definitely could have been said in a different way, I thought. But yeah, so I that seems like a big issue for them, I think, on the kids front. We'll see what happens. And the same thing with Amber and Jeremy, right? His name's Jeremy.
Jordan,
Jordan. Why did I think Jeremy? Jordan.
J
I don't
name.
know. Yeah. Um, where it's like, oh, you see him in the pods, and he's like, "Hey, my one deal breaker was no kids," and here he is with a woman with a child, and I'm like, okay, like you're gonna, which is just crazy to me on this show is you can ride this whole thing out to the end, potentially get married, and be like, it just didn't work out because she has a child already. It's like, okay, well, did you just do this to stay on TV? Because you had said pretty clearly that that was a deal breaker to you. Um, so I don't know, but as of right now, they seem to have a great relationship. So I hope that it doesn't become an issue because I think she is so great and deserves someone that treats her like a queen. And I think it could be him. Like I think they could have a really great relationship if that's something that they can get on the same page with because she's going to put her daughter first when it comes to where they want to live and the house and all these things. And he's very much like, I want to be close to the city. I want to be close to the city. So is it going to be a problem? It might.
It might be. I do think Amber and Jordan are really sweet though.
They
I
are. They
really
are.
do. I really do like them together. I really like Amber.
Yeah,
I
same.
I think that she's great, and like I said earlier, I love that she like wasn't having Chris's bullshit. And I love the way that she like talks about she's just had bad experiences with guys and she's like, fuck these guys. And I love that. And she has a 7-year-old daughter, and I think she's great. And I think Jordan is great. It's just about if he is ready
Yeah.
to take on the role of being stepdad
Yep.
and also not being near his dive bars that he wants to be near. So
Yep.
we'll see what happens there. But my goodness, are these people frustrating time and time after again when you watch and you go, then why the fuck did you go on a show called Love is Blind when you had specific types?
Yeah.
Alex like being so stuck on liking somebody with darker features, or Chris who wants a Pilates body or whatever the fuck. It's like, well, then don't go on this show. Okay.
Yeah.
I
And
had,
then also guys that are just seem so disengaged.
oh,
Like Devontae just seems like he doesn't want to be there.
no, watching Devontae, I'm like, okay, please. Brittany is so cute, so beautiful, so like bubbly. She deserves a man that is interested in her and loves her and wants to be all up on her and showing her that love. And
Yeah.
he's just so blah. It's like he has no personality. Um, I just, it's, I, I don't know how long this show's going to go on for, but it seems like it's going to keep going. You know what I mean? Like it's
I
one of the
know.
you wonder, when are we going to realize this whole thing maybe isn't working? But it's also so entertaining every time. But it's entertaining, but at what expense, right? It's like we're watching these men get to just like shit on these women and make them feel bad about themselves when they absolutely shouldn't be. And then they have like insecurities after this that they also had going in before.
Yeah.
I had a lot of women respond to my Instagram story being like, yeah, this is what we're dealing with in Columbus, Ohio. Like, these are the kind of men that are in the dating pool here. And it's just fucking bullshit. Like, and it reminds you of the stupid guys online too that just have so much to say about
Yeah.
beautiful women everywhere. And you're like, what the fuck do you look, what are you bringing to the table, my guy?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You know what I also found so confusing, and like maybe it's how it works or not, but Christine and Vic are just a beautiful couple that seem to be mature and have real life
Hmm.
conversations. And you're like, okay, this process can work. They're on their own show. Like, they're
Hmm.
not, it seemed like when they walked into that bar is the first time they'd seen each other in weeks because they weren't in Mexico with all the rest of the cast. They were in Malibu. And when I looked it up, it was like, oh, Netflix or not, the production company only has like a set budget for a certain amount of couples, and this season they had more couples than usual. So it was like a budget thing that all of them couldn't go to Mexico. And I said, I'm so sorry. I don't believe that. Like, you're telling me you don't have enough money to send one more couple to Mexico? It was so weird. I'm like, that can't be the reason. A budget issue that you can't send like one more couple to Mexico? Really weird. But seems like they had a lovely time in Malibu. Those two are adorable. And I'm like, wow, listening to them have such mature conversations about life and what it would mean for them to be married and start a family and all these things. And you're like, you got to deal with Chris on the other side of this. But I don't even know if they were like, hey, and it seemed like they also thought, like, I'm whatever, blame it on budgets. But then it was like, oh, also, they're going to pick the couples that could potentially have the most drama with each other. And those two were having drama with nobody because they were locked into each other. Which is like, okay, so punish them that they don't get to go to Mexico? Like, weird, weird, weird. But I have faith in those two because every time they cut to them, I'm like, breath of fresh air. Two very mature adult humans trying to have a relationship.
Right. It felt like Netflix was like, hey, can you get some phone footage of you guys? Because none of these other
Yeah,
couples are
it's like,
working
oh,
out.
we're
We're going
not
to
even
need to,
sending a producer.
yeah, we're going to need to edit some of this in to make it look like, one of these experiments worked. Uh, I
Crazy.
am interested what happened there, but I will give this season, I'll give it a B plus. I mean, like,
Yeah, I'm around the same. The pods were funny enough. Like, normally the pods I find more interesting, and the pods were a little like less exciting to me than these last three new
mhm.
episodes. I thought were more interesting because these guys are starting to lose their minds, it appears.
It's just a
But
hate watch. It's just like,
yeah,
ugh, all around.
yeah, yeah.
Moving on to Traitors. So we are nearing the end. We are close to the finale now. This week, this Thursday night is the finale. And they almost had him. They almost had him this week. The faithfuls, they were right there. All right. They were almost at the fucking finish line if they would have just trusted their gut.
They just
But
have no confidence in any move. So it's like, of course, eventually, out of weeks of doing this show or whatever, they're there for day after day after day. That like eventually Rob's name is going to be brought up in conversation. It has to. It's going to get to a point where they're so confused they just got to start naming everybody. So it's frustrating when you're like, you're on the right path, but they have no confidence, zero confidence in anything that they're doing.
and then they just eat each other alive because
Yeah.
finally Tara is on it. She's like, I think it's Rob. And you're watching, you're like, you know what, Tara? Yes, you're right. You got this, girl.
But she
You've been doubting yourself the whole time.
but
You've been
she's got
saying
no
how bad.
reason.
Yeah,
They're like,
but
but
you've been
why? And she's like, I don't know.
yeah, she's like, well, we just gotta look at him. And she's like, I'm so bad at this game. She finally is like, I think it's Rob. Something's not right. Candace threw his name out there. that was something. Candace throwing his name. She goes to Natalie. She's spreading it. They get to that round table. That
Ugh.
man doesn't receive one vote. That man does not get his name written down one time at
She
this round
crumbled
table.
so hard, Tara.
Her
And
and Natalie just turn on each other. And
I
they were
know.
in it. Like, and honestly, justice for Natalie at that round table. Natalie was frustrating to watch at times during this show.
Yes.
But the way that it just flipped to Natalie when she brought up it be maybe being Rob, and Tara just crumbled and was like, I don't want to say anymore of who I think it is. And it's like, okay, but you are also playing a game. And I know that
Yeah.
it can really, like, the wear and tear gets to you. And now time and time again, you're wrong and it's getting to you. And, you know, you see her break down in tears and she's comforted by Mark after. But it is, you are playing a game. And right now you have to name somebody. So just stick with Natalie and be like, yeah, I did say it was Rob. But she all of a sudden was like, I don't want to say who. And then kind of just left Natalie out there to be banished because Natalie was like, what's going on right now? Like, we all talked about this all day. And now you guys are just cowering. Like, everyone just like backtracked and they're like, we're just going to fucking go for Natalie right now.
I wish Natalie, because there were so many times at a round table where it felt like Natalie just went into hardcore defense mode. And instead of creating a good argument for why it could be somebody else, it was always either like, well, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me. And if you're the person that brings up her name, then she's just like, well, then it's you. So it just took a turn for her. And instead of being able to like shake people off of her and be like, actually, let's all have a conversation of why it could be Rob, they just lost it between the two of them. It didn't work out for her, which sucks.
And
And
Rob wasn't good at defending himself.
no, he
Like
wasn't. And
people,
it's
I
just
saw
so
people
great.
talking about this where it's like he's had so much time to like come up with an excuse for that, and he had nothing other than like, I don't know.
Well,
I thought that was weird.
well, you
Like,
know what's so crazy too is like he has certain people, and now of course Eric is on the same side of him, but like Mora can't possibly fathom
like
that
we
it
get
could
it. You
be
have a crush
Rob.
on Rob. We
Like
get it.
she cannot, it's impossible. She can't even let his name be brought up and have a discussion because she's so like, it's not Rob, which is great for Rob. But it's just like, they can't even have a conversation at the round table about it being Rob because Moore's like, it's not Rob.
It's really crazy. It's like, listen, at some point, it falls. And you're like, you know what? It might be fucking Rob. We're with him long enough. The show's over tomorrow. We had him here. Let's get rid of him now. All right. We're all going home tomorrow anyway. We don't got to keep
Yeah.
him around. It's like she just thinks because the one person she knows outside the show is with her there, she's like, I can't possibly be him.
They're not
It,
even like good friends outside
they're
the show.
they're not. They're
They're not
not.
even friends at all, I think. They
He's
just
you
were on Love Island. Not even together. She was like the host of the after show and like talked to him one time.
it is really nuts because Maura is talking about her defense of Rob as if she's Tara and Johnny. Like
Yeah.
she's like, I could never believe it's like
No, it's
so
it's
crazy.
actually baffling. She knows it's the I think it's not Rob. Like it's just like I think this, I think that. It's just, but it's not Rob. She
Like,
can't.
yeah, when Tara, the way they first brought it up to her, her face was like, it's not Rob. Trust me. Trust me. It's not Rob. If it is, like, why? Why is it
I
not Rob?
don't.
Right, like
Yeah.
why is it not him? I know that is the question. But so he skates by again.
We all have love languages, and if you have a dog, you know they have one too. Some dogs are definitely all about that quality time. Some love physical touch, but most dogs, their love language is definitely food. Celebrate the one you love the most by giving them the best, highest quality ingredients with Ollie. And yes, it's the kind of meal dogs actually get excited about. It's real fresh food that they'll love and devour, which is the best way to show them love every day. Because if they're giving you everything, the least we can do is make dinner absolutely delicious. It's human grade recipes backed by vet nutritionists and crafted with culinary experts for tailored meal plans to meet your dog's specific needs. The Ollie app offers on-demand health screenings where you can tap real experts for pups' peace of mind. It really is so good when you get your dog something delicious and they eat it all up and they love it. You can tell when they absolutely love their food, and they will with Ollie. Show your dog some love in the way they understand best. Head to ollie.com/chicks, tell them all about your dog, and use code chicks to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a happiness guarantee on the first box, so if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/chicks and enter code chicks to get 60% off your first box.
Now we'll see. Like my theory now, I think we should talk about our theories going into this week. I think at some point he's gonna have to turn on Eric, and I think that I think that they murder Maura or Mark. You,
I kind of forget how it ends. I'm not gonna lie,
I think
and I
it
kind of
changes
forget,
every year.
and I kind of forget how it ends. Like if there is a traitor, you know what I'm saying? Like if
They
it's like,
they go around and I think this is how it ends. Maybe oh my God, things are a little like sorry, I keep getting
I
like
heard
and
that
you
one.
can't hear it. It's like
Yeah, but
but
I'm like, if he does turn on Eric and then they get Eric out, and then they think that that's the last traitor.
yeah, then they go to the end and it's like, do you believe everyone here is a faithful, that sort of thing? And then they say yes. And
Right.
then they all
So,
reveal themselves and they go,
right,
I'm a faithful. And then
right,
Rob would
right, right,
go,
right.
I'm a traitor.
So if Rob like says yes, we're all faithfuls, but then when they reveal he's like I'm a traitor, then Rob just wins.
Then Rob just wins. Because if they all agree and say,
Right.
yeah, we think we're all faithfuls.
Because I just remember from how it's when it's only been faithfuls, and then they just have to argue about the money.
Right. No, I think they all have to agree, like, yes, we're all faithfuls here. And then they reveal themselves and it's like,
Yeah.
Rob's like, I'm a traitor. Haha, I won the whole thing.
Strategically, though, like, yes, it would make sense, I think, to try and get rid of Eric. But at this point, like, I don't, at this point, I imagine Rob is at his most confident. Like, I think every roundtable has proven that, like, they could turn it. And I feel like he could probably create an argument for Johnny or something. And they'd all be like, okay. Like, yes, you wouldn't get Tara, but I think you could get the rest of them. Like, Tara's not going to vote for Johnny, but I think you could get Mark, Maura, Rob, Eric to all vote for Johnny.
Right. But if Johnny then reveals I'm a faithful, they're going to go, oh, there's a traitor left.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like I
Right.
think I'm not 100% sure how it's supposed to end
That's a
here
good point.
because I think that they would be like, there's got to be one more traitor
Who do
left.
they murder, do you think?
I think,
It
see,
seems like Mark is
I'm,
like most people think Mark.
most people think it's Mark. Mark is
My guess would
definitely
be
the
Mark too,
smartest in
because
the bunch.
yeah,
So I'd be
yeah.
like, let's get him out of here.
I would also go with Mark because the
The
the rest of them.
Yeah, I see the like, Rob's argument of murdering Mora, but then they might go, "Oh, he murdered Mora to get the stink off him." It might
Yeah,
turn.
yeah.
And also you kind of need Mora's vote at the end because she'll be like, "Rob's a faithful."
My
Like we
God,
need to
she
like
won't
keep
vote
her.
against him,
Yeah,
so you
like
should absolutely keep her.
I would be nervous to keep Johnny and Tara together.
Yeah.
And that's why I would maybe entertain murdering one of them
I
because
really wish we asked Mark this when he was on, because it just seems so clear. And we've talked about this, Rhea, and you pointed out too. I don't know how they're not having any conversations that's like, it has to be a guy. Like all the other traders have been women. So why are none of them like, just, statistically speaking here, it has to be a guy.
I don't know either. And maybe they are talking about it and it's just not being shown because there is so
Yeah.
much footage we don't
Just think
see.
they got all female traders this year.
Right. Maybe they're thinking like that. Who knows? But I cannot wait for this finale. I can't wait to figure out how this ends. Does Rob win it all? At this point, he deserves to win it all. Like, if the Faithfuls come out with a win here, I will be mighty impressed. I think it will
Yeah.
be quite the turn of events and it'll be shocking. And I think a lot of people would be excited though, because they're just like, it would be a change up from what we think is going to happen. But all in all, I do think Rob deserves to win in the end
Yeah.
because he's just gotten by this entire time. And
But a lot of people's like argument to that is like he probably will win, and like he's done fine, but it's like he hasn't done anything crazy because he's just had to sit back and like no one's come for him, and then the second they do, like it passes over in like a
But
few minutes.
this is what happens though when people play a good. Then there's the argument of are they playing a good game? Are they not playing? He's playing a good game. Like
Yeah.
let's call it
He,
how it is.
yeah,
He's playing a good game. He did what he had to do to get out of the Lisa scramble, the Candace scramble. Like he's
but
playing a
like,
good game.
yeah, yeah,
We it does it, like the conversation always like, but is he? It's like
No,
no, he
he is. He
is.
is. He is. He is.
yeah.
No, he
Although the
definitely.
Faithfuls are extra bad right now.
Yeah, they're all time
Yes.
bad. But I'm curious what.
Pilot P was here, he'd be gone. Let's just say that.
Oh,
No, I mean the fact that they all fucking switched up on each other, I couldn't believe it.
I
I was
know.
like,
I
poor
know.
Natalie, who just oh
Yeah, which does make me think though that if they murder, like if Johnny and Tara are still left together at the end, I think that they would go for Rob. Because it does seem like Johnny did agree that Rob was a traitor.
So, you know, at the end of the episode, when it shows Johnny saying there are two traitors left and it's
Yeah.
Rob and Eric, I think that was edited in because they
Mm.
never showed his face saying it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it like moved quick and you hear him say it, but you don't see him say it.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, and I don't want to not give Johnny credit here, but it was just weird that they didn't show him saying it, where I'm like, I'm wondering if the Faithfuls were doing so bad that in post production, they went in and, because sometimes they have to refilm confessionals, they went in and had him say, like, I know that there's two traitors left and it's Rob and Eric. Because
Yeah.
maybe they were doing so bad that they were like, we got to refilm something here just in post to have something to
Yeah.
have people wanting to tune into the next episode, which they will anyway. You get what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
was really bizarre to me that you didn't see him saying it.
I agree. But I also think like because they don't really show anybody speaking at the end because of like the trailer, they don't want to reveal who's been murdered. Like if obviously they're speaking, then they know.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you actually see them speaking, like you're like, oh, then they weren't murdered. Um, so I don't know. I'm
But
just
it wasn't a
yeah,
confessional though when they
no.
showed it. So I
I'm
was
just
like,
really
that's
interested to
weird.
see to really really interested to see how it all ends. But yeah, look, the most clear path makes sense for Rob to lean into, you know, perhaps whispers of it being Eric and see what happens. And he could be the last man standing. We'll see.
We shall see. I will give
Oh,
this episode. I'll give this one a B plus.
and I will we just have to acknowledge RIP Natalie's club outfits. She packed for an entirely different trip than being at the castle in Scotland. Pop off girl. She's so jacked. It's like it's so impressive.
Her body's sick.
Her body is crazy. But when I saw her walk into breakfast in heels and the dress I wore to the club on your bachelorette, I thought, oh no.
I know you texted
Oh
me
no.
immediately. You're like, I literally wore this dress on your bachelor. I'm like, I remember.
and it does crack me up because it's like they do have to wear it all day. It's like, yeah, she wore it
Yeah.
to breakfast, but then they have to do the challenge, but then it's right back into that dress.
I know it's so uncomfortable. I'm like, props to her for rocking that club outfit.
Seriously,
it's
and
so
like I don't think it
uncomfortable to
was
be
that
in.
warm. And you're saying it's a little dress.
No, it was. Oh my god, that was so
So
funny.
R.I.P. Natalie's club outfits. You will be missed.
Yes, you will be missed. All right, that's everything. Actually, Love Island All Stars. I did mention. I'm like 3 episodes away from being officially caught up. I totally get what you're saying now.
Yeah,
Lucinda is really hard to figure out.
so hard.
Incredibly hard to figure out. And these girls, she is getting to them. And at times you can't blame them, And I
Yeah.
just watched movie night where they're like,
Okay.
Sammy and Belle and Whitney, they're like, we're hotheads. And like, this is pissing us off.
Yeah.
And
I think Lucinda absolutely knows that she's pushing their buttons. I just think
Yeah.
Lucinda's fake. I
Hmm.
don't mean like she's entertaining, she's funny, she's obviously been good TV because this is her like fourth Love Island show that she's done. And I do think she likes Sean, but at the same time, she says things that I'm just like, she totally doesn't mean that. Like not to really give anything away, but there she says it earlier on too, of like, and they talk about it movie night, like I look up to Belle. Like I think she's so strong. Like I'm like, Lucinda, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
Like you don't like I'm sorry. I'm not gonna believe you're gonna like have these conversations with her, but then also be like, well, she's such a strong woman that I admire so much. I'm like, no, you're just that's like a performative thing you're saying. And if I was Belle, I'd be like, shut up. Like you don't think that.
Yeah, I can't understand her for the life of
I
me. I'm
really can't
like,
either.
and honestly, there really is nothing that pisses me off more as well when someone's laughing in like a serious conversation or a fight. And
Yeah.
I understand people laugh, like get a nervous laugh. Um, but all the time, it's just like, Sammy's frustration be like, she's pissing me off. I was
Yeah.
like, I feel you, girl, but I'm not all the way caught up. I will give All Stars an A minus because it is quite entertaining.
It
And
has
that's
been.
everything I watched.
I will give All Stars. I'm caught up. I'm on that VPN so I can see how it
Hmm.
all ends live. I love when they bring the Islanders back, all the Islanders back, and they've all had like access to their phones and shit, so they start like ripping things that are happening online like to their faces. That just happened, which is always fun to watch. So I'll give that an A minus. I'm worried because let me tell you that like I'm on different sides of TikTok where there's some people that love Lucinda and like they're like fuck yeah she's so funny, like she thinks we all hate her but we actually all love her, and like they're just in it for the plot of like having Lucinda and Sean win. um but I don't know, I'm not going to give too much away on who I'm rooting for, but it's not them. um Traitors I'll give Traitors I'll give a B plus, and Love is Blind, like pods to me were a B. These
Hmm.
last three new episodes, I'd give like an A minus because I was
Hmm.
way more locked in. Summer House, Summer House will give a B as well, mostly because it just enraged me.
Yeah.
Um, what else? Oh, I'm caught up on Southern Charm. I know we haven't really talked about it that much, but it's been a fairly interesting season. I'll give it to the girls because they brought the drama. I know everyone has their feelings about Sally, but I just think like someone like Sally is just necessary to a show like this. Like, I think there's times when Southern Charm can get really repetitive and it's like, oh, every season we're watching the fighting is coming from the boys. It's like, oh, Austin and Craig are mad at each other again. And it's just like can be kind of repetitive and there's not as much maybe dating aspects to it. And this season that changed that big time. And Sally just being like open and honest and like, I want Austin despite him literally just breaking up with his girlfriend, is a little nuts, but at the same time, like it's making for good TV. This last episode I'll give a B. They are now on their trip. I think Craig's got to cool it with Vanita. I know that they don't get along, but I think I don't know, just like sometimes says inappropriate things that he
Hmm.
just it's just rude. And I know he doesn't like Vanita and he has his reasons and Vanita doesn't like him. But I don't know, I don't love seeing that. And then I fucking love Molly. I love like she's doing a little open mic night in this episode. She's got a great voice. I'm like this woman can do everything. Like just
Hmm.
she's just the best. So that was great. And I'm caught up on Shrinking. The new season of Shrinking came out, which I had a bunch of episodes to catch up on, which was great.
I
Shrinking,
totally missed that it came out.
yeah, yeah. It's I think like 4 episodes are out. I love this show. I just, it's just a warm hug. It is funny. It is heartwarming. It's just the best. It's a solid A. Like Joe and I watched 1 through 4 like all in one night because we were loving it so much. I am caught up on The Beauty. Noah, totally agree with what you were saying last week of the last few episodes, sort of like the background of how this all started with the billionaires and Ashton Kutcher's character's background and all that. Very interesting. I feel like the end of this is going to be fucking wild. Um, I really liked it. B plus. I think it's good. These last few episodes definitely got way more interesting, and I feel like you're seeing sort of a direction of where they're taking it and the manipulation and all that's going on to get the drug out. Caught up on all the Chicago's. I just across the board probably B minus. We're in a lull until the big crossover event in 2 weeks.
Of course.
So just
Listen, I am waiting for the crossover
the
event
big crossover
review.
event in 2 weeks is coming. So I'm looking forward to that. And I did not watch the last. Joe and I saved it because he got home late, but I didn't. We didn't watch the last Night of the Seven Kingdoms yet, so I have to watch that. But episode 4 of Love Story, JFK, we didn't talk about.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you
what I
want to?
watched too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So episode 4 came out. I'm just loving the show. I don't know what to say. I'm loving it. A lot of it is probably fake as fuck, and
Yes.
which is so fair because we obviously don't know this in depth of the ins and outs of their relationship, but I think he's getting better. I think now that Naomi Watts is off the screen,
Uh-huh.
it's better. And just like this whole episode was way more focused on the two of them, which I loved. Boy, did I not expect to see Dana Gordon playing her mom.
The absolute jump scare of realizing that that was Dana Gordon. Holy fuck. Matt and I literally looked at each other like, no, is
I was like,
that?
oh no, she's playing
No,
her mom.
Literally, we were like, is that Dana Gordon? Like, genuinely afraid. Like,
Yeah,
it's like one of those things where like, wait, this can't possibly seem right. No, oh my God. That was a jump scare.
totally. I'm still a little, I don't know. I'm still a little iffy on him. I think Sarah Pigeon is fantastic.
She's great.
I just like, I'm really loving her. So it's a B for me. I'm enjoying it. It's good. Honestly, one of the best parts is the music. Fantastic music in this show.
I'll give it a B plus.
That was my best part, by the way, the Jeff Buckley song. They
Yeah.
used the Jeff Buckley song. I was like,
They
okay.
went
Yeah.
and they're really leaning into the 90s thing, which as they should. That's obviously when the time period is. But like both Joe and I on the couch when the beginning of Linger started, we were like, ooh.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah. I'll give it a B plus. Let me tell you, I texted my hair girl and was like, hey, can we get highlights going? Like I literally texted her yesterday. I was like, all right, let's get the appointment. I want to throw some blonde back in my hair.
Yep.
Just inspired by the blonde locks on Sarah Pigeon right now. But yeah, no, it's enjoyable. I get what you mean about Paul Anthony Kelly. Listen, I love a fresh face though.
Same.
That's what excites me is seeing fresh faces get their start, get their shine. No, he's never been in anything before. And that's why I just keep reminding myself, like, let him find his footing. All right. This
Yeah.
is his first television show. He's probably getting used to it. All right. So yeah, no, it's enjoyable though. And like you said, a lot of it's probably fake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I think their chemistry is so good. And I think that's a big draw.
Totally.
is
I think their chemistry is
The two
fantastic.
actors, their chemistry is really, really great. So yeah, that's a B plus for me.
Yeah. And it's crazy because he has such a specific look in the show. Like he obviously really looks like JFK Jr. in the show. But I'm seeing him now because Hulu also did a short form podcast kind of situation for this show as well. And he's got a mustache, he's got this curly hair. I'm like, this looks like a totally different guy. We were like, did he get a perm? Like, how did he get his hair like this?
Yeah, it is. It's awesome though to see him transform for the role because he does really look like him.
Yeah. I just like I need a little more emotion from him in the show. And I don't know if maybe that's just like JFK Jr. wasn't like that. I don't know. But like even in the makeup breakup, I'm like, give me a little more.
Yeah, I don't know if I
I don't know.
agree. Like I sort of get what you're saying, but I do
I think
think
it's
that
because he's
they're
kind of monotone.
yeah, I do
That
think that
might be
they're
why.
right. I just do think that their chemistry is so good, and I
It
think
is.
they,
It is. It
I'm
is. It
sort of
definitely is.
falling into that.
I just
Yeah.
find it hard to like because I've seen interviews of JFK Jr. and I'm like, this guy just doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it.
Oh.
Like and like that like no one like it's
I
hard to
don't think
pull off.
anybody
Right. I mean, it
does.
would be hard
But
to
like
replicate.
I don't think he's really like necessarily like that close to having like that. Like yeah, he kind of looks like him, but like that's it. Like he doesn't have that oomph.
Caroline is played by Meryl Streep's daughter, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to,
Wait.
I
Oh,
it
really?
could have just
Caroline
been a Google
Kennedy.
search.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that was her daughter.
Um,
Yeah, right. What's her name?
I was just trusting my knowledge on that
I
one.
can kind of see it now.
her yeah, what's her I always forget her name. Um oh, Grace Gummer.
Yep.
Yeah.
No street.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
her mom is Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
She's married to Mark Ronson. Yeah.
Mm.
Really?
I didn't know
Uh-huh.
that.
Uh-huh. I think she plays a great. I think she's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's good.
I
Yeah.
She might be the
mean,
Yeah.
best.
she's bound to be great.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
It's Merle's
Totally.
daughter.
I know. I know. Fair. But yeah, that's everything for me.
When you see me rocking blonde hair soon, just
Yeah.
Okay, I watched a ton of
what were you gonna say?
So I was gonna say blonde hair, a nice crisp blouse.
Yeah, just all black
Yeah,
turtlenecks.
yeah, yeah.
Acorns believes that everybody has the potential to be a great investor. That's why they make it so easy to start investing. With Acorns, you could sign up and give your money a chance to grow in 5 minutes. You can even start investing with just your spare change. Acorns will round every purchase you make up to the nearest dollar and automatically invest your spare change for you. We set up our Acorns accounts, we got the app, and we are investing. And with the Acorns potential screen, you get a clear view of how your money could grow over time. Plus, you can quickly adjust how much you're investing every day, week, or month to make sure you're building towards goals. Acorns is great for people that are new to investing, that want to make their money work for them. If you download the app and get your account going and you want to see your money's potential, but you're new to all of this, Acorns is a great place to start and boost your money. So, are you ready to see your money's potential? Sign up now, and Acorns will boost your new account with a $20 bonus investment. Head to acorns.com/chicks or download the Acorns app to get started. Paid non-client endorsement compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 2 compensation provided. Potential subject to various factors such as customers' accounts, age, and investment settings. Does not include Acorns fees. Results do not predict or represent the performance of Acorns portfolio. Investment results will vary. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/chicks.
I
Okay,
watched
go
a
ahead,
ton of
Noah.
Landman. I only have like 5 episodes left of season 2 now. So I watched like like I guess yeah, 15 episodes or something. It's good. Like it's entertaining. Not the greatest show you'll ever see, but like obviously Billy Bob Thornton's always good. Um, and like it's kind of fun. It's honestly like pretty funny. Like the dynamic that he has with Michelle Randolph's character, like which is his daughter in the show, where like it's a good mix of funny. There's a lot of action, like a lot of things are going bad all the time. People are dying. Um, Good family dynamic. John Hamm, he's in it. To me more, she's pretty good at being an unlikable character, and yeah, I'll give it a B plus. I would say like
Mm,
it has me like binging. So
that's good.
Nice.
uh, Tell Me Lies. I guess I'll give it like a B plus. Like it
Oh, I
was a
guess we have to grade the finale.
yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
good. I liked it, but I wasn't like this is a great. It just wrapped things up for me. That it kind of felt like we were there, like we have to wrap this up. Like that's our main goal here, and it's like it felt a little bit rushed. And I said it last week, but it felt like didn't really match the tone that was set up until this point. Like it was very like serious and dark, it felt like. And then we're like, you know what? Let's just like wrap it up in a really funny, lighthearted way, which I was fine with, but it didn't really like it wasn't what I was expecting or necessarily like wanting. But
Fair.
Yeah, super fair. I think I guess if we're all grading it, I would give the finale a honestly I give it an A minus. I enjoyed it and I listened to I listened to Jackson on Call Daddy and he was funny because he was like, I hope like people laughed. Like I hope it was like I think it was he's like I thought it was hysterical because you were like
Hmm.
and Alex was like people obviously didn't want Steven to win, but that's just sometimes the way life goes.
Hmm.
And I thought that made a lot of sense. And he was like, no, he's like, I thought the ending was like hysterical.
It was. I thought it was
Yeah.
funny too.
So
I'd also give it an A minus.
yeah.
okay, and then I watched the latest episode of The Beauty. That's like a solid B plus right now. Like Ashton Kutcher is growing on me
Yeah,
in the
he's good.
show. Like he's pretty good. Uh and yeah, all like getting all the backstories and everything. And Anthony Ramos is just like he'll always be the best part of the show. His character is just
Hmm.
so good in this show and he's so good in it. So yeah, that's a show that I look forward to every week. That's a B plus. Traitors I'll give an A minus. Like it's still like the chaos and everything is I'm loving it. Like it's fun to watch these people just like be so dumb. Like there's no other way to
Yeah.
say it. Like or scared. I don't know. Like I mean, Moore is just no offense to her. Like love Moore, but like in this game, she is just so dumb.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like I
Yeah,
think
it's
she's
bad.
single-handedly like winning Rob the game.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so I'll give that an A minus. And honestly, like I really hope Mark doesn't go home because he is like our only hope. Not
Hmm.
that I don't even think he like they don't even have enough numbers really where like it would probably wouldn't happen anyway, but like he's at least refreshing where like he actually thinks about things
Yeah.
and like
When
takes
he
notes.
when he looked at Rob and was like, "Look at me in the eye and tell me you're not," and Rob was like, "Yeah," like
And he's like, "Oh, that's all I need."
Rob basically told him, "Yeah, I am a traitor," and it's still.
Oh no, when Mark laid down on the pool table next to Rob, they're both laying down. He goes, "They're playing us," and I'm like, "You're
Yeah.
so like,
That was that was Rob's dive into the pool and hide moment, except it was a
yeah."
Yeah.
pool table.
Uh, the pit, another great episode.
Oh shit, I'm caught up on the pit too. I forgot.
Oh really? Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say this last one. I'll give it an A. I'll bump this one up to an A. Like I think it's just really good. Like very sad. But I think the new character they brought in what's his face back, which was nice. I like him in it. The
Yeah.
I don't forget his name now, but um I like the way that the new characters are now like mixing in with the season one people. Like I think it's all kind of working.
Yeah,
Um
I it's the pit. This last episode's an A minus for me, and I thought it was very interesting that they're going. It was a great ending because now we're going fully like technology off. Like no,
yeah, that's cool.
like a
Um
full system shutdown is going to be crazy to watch because of a cyber attack, which is once again another very real thing that happens. So
Yeah, the one thing that I am seeing, which I like wasn't really thinking about that much, but when you think about it, it's kind of like that doesn't make any sense. Where it's like it is supposed to be July 4th, and it's like what's her face has a deposition in the middle of it. Like, why would she have that on a July 4th? Why is there like a high school football team practicing on July 4th? Like, there's all these things happening on July 4th where it's like no
yeah.
one has anything on July 4th. Like, that's like a holiday for everyone in the country. So when you actually think
Well,
about certain
maybe
things,
he's
you're
on a
like,
really intense football team that's making them work out
yeah,
on July 4th.
maybe. Why does someone have a deposition on July
No,
4th?
that I don't know because I everything in the government's closed. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh but yeah, I'll give that an A. JFK Jr. is like a C plus is
it's
the
called
grade
Love Story.
it,
So you're just grading JFK. JFK Jr. I'll give a
but the thing is it's like I thought that this is one of those shows where it's like what is it like American Horror Story or like Monsters where it's like the name of the show is Love I didn't know if there were other ones of
yeah.
these.
The name of the story is Love Story. The
Love Story
JFK
like
Jr. and
colon
Yeah.
Carolyn
JFK
Bessette.
Jr.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
So
gonna
I'm
make
just shortening
more.
it. So
The
they're gonna make
next,
more. So it's like I'm not
yeah,
gonna say just Love Story.
yeah. The
To
next one's
me,
gonna be Kelsey Ballerini and Chase Stokes.
yeah.
uh, I'll give that like a C plus as my grade. Although I enjoy watching it just for like all the things that you mentioned, like the music, the New York City in the '90s, and also just like the fact that I'm interested by that family. But it is like there's so many points where it's like just too corny for me, and like and the and he's just I don't know I don't think he's that great. Like no offense to him, but
Yeah, it's fine.
I just can't get past like I just think they cast a guy who looks like him and he doesn't have the acting chops, but um I'll give that a C plus. And then Night of Seven Kingdoms finale last night. I thought it was great. Like I'll give it an A minus. Like the whole show is probably an A. Like uh just like they wrapped everything up. And though the way they ended it, I don't think this gives anything away. Is like because people were saying they thought they were only going to get this one season. So it kind of has a nice like ending to it where like you don't
Where you think
think
there could be another season, or you think it just
no
ended
like
like,
like I think it's confirmed that they're doing more now, but the way that they had shot this, it looked like they did it not thinking they would have more. So they ended it pretty like ending.
oh,
Uh
so they could not?
I think it's confirmed. I think they like came out and said like HBO came out and said
Yeah, it
like
is.
yeah,
HBO has renewed for a second season.
yeah. But that kid, like, you better win some Oscars, because
Oh,
especially in this,
there's more material for it too.
yeah,
I'm like, how many novellas does George R. R. Martin have about these two? I guess enough.
yeah. What's his name though?
Who you're talking about,
Egg,
Egg? Yeah,
Dexter. He
yeah.
better win. Like, he was so good. Like, I don't know how. Like, no offense to JFK Jr. I keep going back to him, but like going from that to then this like 11-year-old like putting on like an insane
Performance of a
performance.
lifetime.
I'm
Yeah.
like, this is the dip. Like, this is what acting should be. No offense, JFK.
Oh,
If
Uh,
you shave your head, can you still excel? And
yeah,
I,
like, hey, you have a great hairline, buddy. You're a good-looking guy, but that doesn't mean you're gonna be JFK Jr.
uh,
But yeah, I'll give that an A minus, and that's all I watched.
all right. A good week for TV. We got
um,
more to catch up on this week.
a
It'll be
ton.
exciting to watch the Traitors finale, and we'll talk about it next Monday. And Love Is Blind and all that. So that wraps up the weekly watch report. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Olive wants to give
Yeah,
everybody
she's
a
saying
good
a
goodbye.
big kiss right into the mic.
Big
Oh,
kiss.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Big kisses. All right, that wraps up today's episode. Reminder, tickets are on sale for the tour. We're going to be starting to announce our guests this week. So we are so excited. So look forward. I was going to say tune in. Look forward to that on socials, the announcements coming soon. And we will be back on Wednesday with another episode. We love you guys so much. Talk soon.
Yeah, Chicks in the Office, long time listener, first time caller.
Look at the charts, who does it the best? Two chicks getting paid in reality checks.